Hey guys, we're gonna be playing the Stanley Parable. Funny story of how I found it. The other day, I was like, man, I really wish I can just play the Stanley Parable if only it didn't cost so much. Then I was just messing around, looking at my games. Then I accidentally misclicked, right? And the first thing I see, Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I had to try it. Okay, English subtitles. Yeah, but not the Ultra Deluxe. That's barely visible. Let's just go with that. Hmm. I might change it later if I can. Please enter the current time. Why? Whatever. It is currently exactly 4 o'clock. Let me put the 4:01 actually. How do I switch it? Oh. Okay, now. Just gotta time it. Oh no, no. No, 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 God. Wait. No. Okay. Here it is. I'm gonna put it on small. When it comes to background, I'll put opacity. Oh, 50. Let's go 50. What? Hmm. I want it to be small, but not too small. Um. Oh, wait, there's a crouch button? Does it always have a crouch button? Well, let's just begin the game. Because, again, I've played this before, but never the Ultra Deluxe.
This is
Not
the
gonna skip this.
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. This is when the game starts.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
This is one of the things I
Stanley,
want.
please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Fire.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. That's 417. Wait.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. I don't remember you being able to crouch. Oh, the ultra deluxe spot comes in. And it's 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
4 and 5. 7, 1.
Now, back to door number 437.
This is just one of the achievements I still remember.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine. And then wasn't it around here somewhere?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
417.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
It was over here, wasn't it? Yeah.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
This is just speed on Stanley.
Finish it up, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes!
There you
We did it! Oh, wow. That was
Got it.
amazing. Oh, you
Oh,
really
get your
earned
first
it,
trophy.
Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Okay, now. Oh, it's just. There's this bucket. I don't know what this bucket is about. Bucket. for the extra content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go. All the extra content. Where is it? Don't let me
Yet
know.
there was not a single person here either.
It's
Feeling a
okay.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, this thing. Yeah, I'll save this later. Wait, maybe they added the bucket in there.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's go down here. This is on the endings, I remember. I want to know all the extra content is. What is it?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
They also saw Stanley. Still, else the deluxe office is not.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What the deluxe? Not, wait. Let's go for a different ending. I don't know this on too.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I just need to do this a couple times.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who is that?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I always wondered how to
I
get
think
down
perhaps
there.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want?
Wait, I don't think
What
I
are
ever
we
got
looking
this.
for?
No?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just
Actually, no, I
stay
remember
right
this.
here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going?
Remember this.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself,
Yeah, Ultra Deluxe.
if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I want to see all the Ultra Deluxe stuff.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Some motion in this game? Yes, there is.
No!
Yeah!
Oh,
Oh.
thank God. You lived. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
It's the whole point.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Oh yeah!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Dead. I died. Ultra Deluxe? I want it. Give me Ultra Deluxe.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I want it. Oh my god.
Oh,
This is new.
new content? What does that mean, new content?
Let me do this. Can I get over here? I only have one option. Platform. To the dock. Damn, it's not the end. It's the end. Whoa, where am I? I've never seen this.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Can I stay on? No. No, we're staying. Gotta try everything. We'll try going back. No? Ah. Okay.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
What do I do?
Is it broken? What's going on here?
We're gonna fall.
Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if some... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Content.
All right.
This has to be good.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Can I jump? I can jump! 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 No, this is the best content update yet. Also, probably because it was basically free to me. Unless someone bought it and didn't tell me. Yay! I mean, I jumped too much.
I jumped in.
Is that it?
Jumped
Surely that's
No,
not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
no, this sucks. Like, choo-choo. Oh, jump.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
I guess I can
It's
see
just
what you mean.
elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Oh, thank you for enjoying the new content.
You've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base
No,
rush
that's
out
true.
expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard.
Wait. Game trophies. Wait, did they add more? Test trophy description. Replace this. Quit the game in the start again. Put the Stanley Parable for the entire duration Tuesday. 8. No, whatever. Spoon on. Set all the settings, slide on the they have all the available numbers. Super, go outside.
Hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore."
Yeah.
What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations.
No.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game? And we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
That's fine.
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Fine. I know that's not it. No. That's not. What? Oh, it's a mug. Is this spilled? Ah, no spills. Oh, I'm tasting them again.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I
Nah.
want to show you something.
Ignore or follow? I'm gonna follow. Vent. Can't stand up. Do I jump down? Hey, what's this? Coffee and a screwdriver. Okay. Whee! Where am I? Jump down.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What? Magical door.
I call
Whoa!
it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Wait.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
I don't play it during launch.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, I don't think you all know what this means. This is the good ending. It's like when you actually listen to all of his commands, then in the end you find your way out. This is the picture, I think. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling too much. By the time that this game released, I was still a baby, 1 year old. Stanley Parable. Oh, that's also part of the good ending. Good times. Then drop down a smile because it happened. Dollar bill. Well, I said a dollar bill. There's like some Mr. Krabs crap. Unachievable, that is impossible. Oh, I think remember that achievement. Yeah, go outside too. Don't play the game for 5 years. The video game releasing today. Some such times. Oh look, we just got this. Remember this ending in Stanley? Okay. What's this? In lovely memory, little Stanley. What is that, a hamster? I can only tell. Okay, what's this?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Let's go down. Memory zone maintenance. Come on in. Fine, let's go this way. President of the year. I wonder who this is. It's probably Stanley. Or someone else. Probably Stanley. I think that's... This is like similar... Is this the page for a PC? Something? I don't know. It's not back then.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
I kind of wanted more
was
content.
transported in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Let me go back. This reminds me of The Witness.
Oh God, no, Stanley.
That one level.
It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no, it's a Steam. Is that Steam? Oh no!
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Wonder if these are like actually bad reviews. Probably. I'm just wondering if any of these are like made by hand. What's this? What bad reviews? Come on, this game's awesome. Oh, good review. But it's flipped upside down.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Wait. Okay. Creepy. Like creepy music. Another one.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip
Okay.
button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I mean, that one... I can see why they might have said that.
Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah.
Oh, Mr. Man.
We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you.
Is it repeating?
And therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no,
Yeah,
until 245. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made that choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time
Oh my
by virtue of
God.
the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise.
Let's skip.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
I think I could see why you put a negative review. He's still yapping.
New technology at work. Surely, whoever it is who runs
Still isn't
pressurized
tossed.
gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this?
No.
From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
No.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is
Wait, what?
becoming longer and longer.
Wait, what's the
That
door?
last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any
door's
rate,
gone.
I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
The door's
Where did the
gone.
door go?
That's what I just
Isn't there a
said.
door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button.
Maybe if I
There was a
spam the
door
skip
here
button.
before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you
Okay.
could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good.
Oh my
I'll
god,
be
how
right
long have I
back.
been here from yapping? A long time. Join us already. Press the skip button. I have a feeling it's not going to come back.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again.
You can. I will
can't
place
control
it.
anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
What happened?
I think it's been a week.
Oh my god!
Or 2 weeks.
Oh thank god I skipped.
Sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always?
Okay, I'm bored.
Doesn't that... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about
Bye.
everything.
Wait, what? Did you skip the same with the skip button? No. Skip. I don't know. Push it. Come on. Ah.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumb.
Get me out of here. Can I get out?
The end is never the end, 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 is...
How long has it been? I've been playing for 42 minutes? You crazy. Yes, again. Oh my goodness. What's going on? Oh, I think he got out. See. Oh my god. Quiet again. Okay. Skip button? Oh! Freedom! What? Did I skip to 4 at a time? Straight to desert? Can I skip again? I think I can skip again. Oh no, I think that's it. It's just a desert. Yeah. Wow. Guess that's it. What? Oh, I'm back.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was
No
too
new content! Can I go to the left?
You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Can I go to the left? Can I close the door? Can I... You know, actually, let me go on the normal endings. We call this ending the jump out the window into the void.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't
How
find
do
a
I
trace
do
of
it
his
though?
co-workers.
It's a way to get out this window. Just don't remember. What's here? You could like climb on and then you catch out. Yeah.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
That's right.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Okay, I want to see the deluxe again. I want the ending.
Stanley decided to go to... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just get... Oh, good. You notice my sign.
Let's go back.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. New content again. We got the normal endings. I think. Okay, so we're back. The elevator.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
We're getting a part 2, let's go!
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Is it just everything but then multiplied by 2? 2 Stanleys? There's 2 Stanleys now!
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, then surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
the way to the sheriff. New features. New content. Bucks. No. I want some good new content. Give me other good new content for the second game. Wow.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh yeah?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
I'm not
Of course,
Jim.
in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Fine.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If
No!
you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Absolutely not.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Just pops out.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says
Good.
Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why
Yeah,
don't you
that's
go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Fine. I'll head back. What's this? Walk out? Ah.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They
Epilogue.
would appreciate what I... An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
3 new plus easy trophy. Get it here. Oh, wait, let me go back. Let me see if I can actually find that achievement. I think that's the test trophy, please. No. Hot gym in the game. It's the infinite hall. The bucket! I thought that was like a crap ton of trophy. Like, I mean, there was like a good amount of endings for the bucket. Infinite home. I won't. Oh, wait, I remember this, too. I gotta go to the bucket next. But I want the achievement. For level, see if you know, trophy, almost tips. It just rocks. Get yours right now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, you'll come... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Nah! I got scared. I got scammed. Let's go to the infinite hall.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I was scared. I think my little brother kind of spoiled this whole thing for me, but I won't do it for you. So...
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, A hole that you can fall down for. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
What?
Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective,
what
the
is it?
infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue...
Wait. Let me just quickly.
here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually
So
wants to
small.
fall infinitely? I figured the hole
So
was
tiny.
as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is...
I just need to wait for
The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
Let's see it actually get
Would have said,
tiny.
"Yep, that's an infinite
Like,
hole
it was the
right
size
there,
of my
go forever till
dog.
the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't
Wait,
help
it
but
does.
feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was
Look,
that
see,
long.
it's way small.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough?
Oh.
I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Oh, that was so short.
Okay, yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Wait. I'm pressing it! I'm pressing it! Wow, I'm pressing triangle! I'm literally spamming triangle! I'm spamming.
Well,
What? No!
I really don't have an
No!
explanation. Still nothing.
I can't jump! I can't jump either!
Suppose there's
No,
one thing
no,
we can do
no,
to fix
no.
this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
No!
You've been better to be away from the hole. And now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I
No!
hope you and
No!
the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
What's this? Wait, hold on, let me zoom in. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. Says every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. New mug. Okay. Oh, that's really short. Okay. From management. Every time. Meeting at 2 p.m. for Stanley management. Anything else? I don't know. Meeting at 2 p.m. It's just the same thing. Wait, what's happening? Wait, no, what's happening? What? No, I wanna see this. Okay, so change your perspective. Change your perception. Change your reality. Puppies! Water. Take myself.
It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. We can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
No.
I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Please don't do anything again. Please. Yes. Yes. Come on. Go down. I want to do it again. No! I'm back.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay, now for the bucket. I don't know what the bucket actually is. I just saw a bunch of bucket endings
The
in
common
this.
complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played
Okay.
it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem of the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Yeah. Bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I got a new bucket. Bucket.
Does anyone
Bucket,
give out
bucket,
awards
bucket.
for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Office decorations.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Huh? I'll go with this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
What? You leaving?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. Ah,
My bucket!
collectibles. Now it's a
No!
real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
My bucket is back. Gimme. Let's go. 1 out of 6. Click them out.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Hashtag. Exit. Oh. Is the jump shot callback? Just the exit. Alright, yeah, let's just keep exploring. Oh, there's the exit. What's a jump circle? So I think I just go up here, I think. Jump circle. Is that everything? I'll jump circle. Hold on 1 sec. Okay, what's the jump circle? That is.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
What is the jump? Okay. Over here. This way. Isn't there an achievement called that? Yes, there is. I'll put every single thing to each one. Well, I guess it off a scoreboard only, right? So, yes, I need slide-offs. Wait, I want to go down. Did I break it?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story. I'm gonna fix that. I think we should go now. To the exit. I'm keeping this bucket for as long as I can keep it. Bucket, 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 bucket. All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
Yes.
to move on now?
Yeah. It's just doing a bunch of flocking and looking around things. fix it?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay.
What are you
Are you
doing?
ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go, version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they wouldn't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Fixed. But it's getting kind of big. Look at that massive size. Would anyone actually play with that? I mean, I will. Look at this though. I don't know how it's all red though. Oh, I think I skipped. think I might have missed some. Well, let's begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
It's gonna be the normal game, which is a bunch of
Stanley
random.
worked for a company in a
It
big
is.
building where he was employee number 427.
No, this game's gonna be way better.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month
Why do
of
you
every
like
year.
that?
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Stanley payable.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him
Balloons.
instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Let's see.
All of his co-workers, oh please, are you really just doing this for the trophy?
That's still there.
Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy
I can probably
is
still
worth?
go
No,
up
no,
there
no,
too.
no, no, I can't just give these merits away for such
Wait, what if I go
effort.
into
A measly
the...
5 clicks. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yay! Okay, never mind. This is the peak. This is peak. Content. Never mind. I don't think I like this game anymore.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What image should I go for? It's a bunch. You know, let's go for the normal one. Go to the jobs. Me too.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can
What?
feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as
What?
clear as day. This broom closet
No.
believes it deserves the bucket.
No.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Okay. Fuck you. Bye-bye. Okay, let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Nothing.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
To be rich, is it a crime to commit crimes? Isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to just pick one. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. No one knows that anyone can open that door. Wow. Oh, here it is. Wait. Hold up. Okay. It's time. That's the last input needed, but I need to grab the bucket. Wait.
What could it mean?
I can't grab the bucket.
Stanley.
No.
I decided to go to the meeting room.
Wait.
Perhaps
Is that what's
he had
left? Oh, but let me go see if the ending has changed. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Did I not change this? Buttons. Okay. Let's actually do it. Sequel.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Gone.
What could it mean?
mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Let's go back to the normal ending.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Huh? What? Mission completionist instinct. What? I'll take these pictures of them. Good moon. Oh, okay. There will be a reward for finding them all. Don't check the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad was 2845.
Wait a minute. 2845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Down you go.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Let's go this one. This is the good. Let's do it. Lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
The bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one.
Obviously, this is not normal.
For the bucket.
The bucket thing. Bucket. Bucket?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to ski in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening?
Wait, what? Wait, this isn't normal.
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Wait. Hold up.
Unbearable silence filled the room,
What?
lingering in uncertainty. until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face.
No.
This building did not want the bucket to leave.
What?
Even the facility
No!
itself recognized the incredible
No!
unpleasantness of the bucket, needed the soothing
You're
warmth
supposed to escape here!
go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it.
No!
Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
You kidding me? No! And the normal one that's not supposed to happen, it actually opens up and you escape.
Meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Grab the
The
bucket.
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What name should I go for next? Well, I know.
This was
Again, all good one.
to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the
This way.
employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
This bucket is freaking awesome. I see like someone like bucket things.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
No, it's right.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No. There's another ending there if you go left again, but...
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Absolutely not. What the hell is this? New path? I don't remember this either.
Another this, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Can I jump down again? Wait, no. I mean, there was an ending if you jump down from the cargo bin, but I want that. Oh. Oh. Wait, what? Huh? Where am I? What happened? Why is there a bunch of videotape? CHSs. Oh no, I wanted to go get that weird wife and whatever it was. I called the phone ending. I'll just say that much. What do I do? Is there no escape? Because again, this isn't normal ether. This is so weird. What do I do? This? Oh.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest, when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
Bucket.
Why everything feels so...
What?
What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
Huh?
What's that? Who's there?
What? Huh? Oh, it's this thingy again. Okay, good. My bucket's still there.
Spread through Stanley's
Don't worry, nothing changed.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Let's go back.
But Stanley had felt the bucket
So
falling
that's
to
not
him,
the ending I
telling him
want it.
that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Okay,
Stanley
Mr.
did not
Bucket.
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Okay.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Was that my bucket?
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Bucket. Wait. Wait a minute. No, wait. Hold on. Wait. Huh? Something in the house. I don't think this is normal either. But what do I do? Can I jump out the window again? Or do I abyss? That's not what time it is. Wait, what? Wait, what do I do right now? This one? Oh, what the heck? Oh, yes. Oh, Stanley, it's me, your bucket. First gotta take the walk with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
They know. Just bucket. Probably in here. Bucket! This trying to take me back home with me.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Bucket. Back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
Shut up!
It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is this awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Let's swear to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Got it.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley?
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier. More capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
First triangle to relieve this same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Go home to walk, to home to walk, to home. Home.
I'm having feelings for the bucket. No,
you understand now.
What's going on? Why do I want to be
No.
with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if
Another
I had
bucket.
a bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket
No.
would tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Close your eyes. Go back to walk, Stanley. Back. Has to be something. I feel like that. Wait. I think that's the ending, isn't it? Be trapped in your room. Wait.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
Just fun.
Oh, please. Are you really just
No,
using this
like
as
so.
a trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you
Stop
think
here.
a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose... Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
What?
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history. Of the countless wars
No!
desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein. Of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed. and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket?
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form,
What?
transforming into a mighty beast of untamed power. Its fangs glistening like...
What?
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise,
You know
we
this
would
is
have
not
easily
correct.
been overwhelmed by the bucket's power and speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game. And we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark and magic cast away inside of it. All of his co-workers were gone. What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Yes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, let's go to the wow room.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not
Then the next
question
one I'm
why or
gonna
how this
call
bucket was
break
speaking
a
to him.
bucket.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose
I did
not to
actually
take
really
up this
miss.
obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. There on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past
What?
this point.
Where?
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if
What?
that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point.
Dude, he got this in his story, that was
Well,
true.
my goodness. I think we have to do something about it.
No.
This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh. Goodbye. Is this a
Now,
bucket?
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
No, I need to get
This
past.
should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a
I'm gonna probably
bucket.
get them all wrong.
Okay, let's begin.
Okay.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket.
Wait, what? What?
Item 2. Is
No.
this a bucket?
No.
Correct.
Ow!
It is a 3D printed bucket, not an
No! Stop it! Stop! I swear. Okay, that's not a bucket.
Is this a
No.
bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Okay, so yes, yes, no.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest,
So
I
it's
just sort of
yes,
put this
yes,
one in
no,
here
yes.
as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even
You know what?
this might
After
be
this,
too
I'm gonna
much
go
for
back.
you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot.
Mhm.
Okay, next one.
Okay, yes, yes, no, yes.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct.
What?
This is a bucket.
And yes, yes, no, yes, no. It's yes, yes, no, yes, no.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Okay, that one doesn't count. Yes, yes, no, yes, no. Oh, okay.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Let's see, if you pick up my bucket, I'm gonna kill you. Yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing
Stop playing
can
it, please.
possibly be
Aw.
something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me
What?
straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Did you not feed the dogs or give them water today?
I fed them.
Did you give them water?
Do they need more?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get some more.
Turn off.
Oh, okay. I'm really hoping it keeps my progress on the sequel. It's not. I had to do a bunch of random stuff to actually get there. That was fun.
Don't turn
Anyways,
it off.
bye bye.
Don't turn it off.